Hello, everybody. Welcome to, well, not exactly a Homework Live. I'm coming off of playing a tournament game yesterday for the house tour. I lost that game. It was not a close game at all. I would do an analysis of it, but there's not much that I have to say about the game. It was basically just I didn't have the right Pokemon to take on my opponent's team, and he had at least a couple of the right Pokemon. Excuse me as I'm opening this can. Yeah, so there's not really much I have to say about that. I don't think I made any particularly poor plays, but like it was a very tall order to ask me to win that game, given the team that I brought. Maybe I should have brought a better team, but hindsight is 2020. So instead, I'm gonna bring you three games that pretty much exemplify why I'm called Lucky Lucas. These are three games that I think in most scenarios one would lose these games, but these were three almost back-to-back games that I probably should have lost, but I won because of luck. So let's go over these games real quick. I'm going to give some analysis, but for the most part, I'm going to tell you, like, I didn't do such and such thing right, or my opponent didn't do such and such thing right, and then look at what happened because of that. So, of course, we have this from my opponent's perspective. He's got Grimmsnarl, I've got Corviknight. So to start this one off, I've got Iron Head on my Corviknight, so I decide I'm gonna go for it for damage. If this is any sort of like screens Grimmsnarl, which I'm expecting it to be, he's probably gonna go set up screens first. I kind of was fingers crossed that he had Taunt and not Thunder Wave, but of course he had Thunder Wave, so my Corviknight's going to play the rest of his game paralyzed. Pretty standard stuff here. I go to Conkeldurr, mostly because I don't want anything else on my team to be paralyzed, and I didn't want to go to Seismitoad because I thought that would I don't know, I didn't think that would be good for my momentum. So he brings in Gyarados, which is like the perfect play for him, and it's gonna end up not good for me. Pretty much I'm forced to switch out. I switched to Rotom Heat. He switches to Clefable. I don't understand exactly why. I think Waterfall is pretty free there. If I go to Seismitoad, then I mean, what? He pretty much gets if he's got Power Whip, which, spoiler alert, he does, he uses it. And if he didn't have it, then, well, okay, maybe he didn't want to reveal that. I don't know. I would have probably just Waterfalled there. But yeah, he goes to Clefable. I go to Corviknight, or I Volt Switch into Corviknight, because I figure my Corviknight is especially defensive. It's good if he's running the same Clefable set as I'm running, which is Thunder Wave, Wish, Protect, and Moonblast. Then basically we're good. I probably shouldn't have expected that, given that his Grimmsnarl's got Thunder Wave, but he goes for Fire Blast and missed there. I don't know if that kills. If he's modest, it probably does, but I don't know, because I am fully specially defensive. This gives me another opportunity to go back into Corviknight, so it's kind of big, but not here. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna cycle through a couple of turns, and you'll see where it the justice kind of gets served on me. I'm making pretty, I'm not predicting his switches so much because A, I want to see what his mindset is going into this game, and B, because if he does something, if I try to predict something and he goes and he stays in with his Gyarados, I'd be screwed. Yeah, and here's where bad stuff happens. I'm just trying to defog these things away because I'm not particularly scared of Gyarados because I have things like Seismitoad, things like Hydreigon. He does reveal the Power Whip and hits it, so that's bad. I'm going to go to Hydreigon. Hydreigon lives a hit. I was kind of thinking maybe I'm going to get flinched, maybe I'm going to miss Draco Meteor, and that's just going to be the game. But thankfully that didn't happen. I am running Life Orb, Hydreigon. I think it's better if your team is equipped to handle Dragapult. So I'm fine with trading my Rotom for this Excadrill, because I don't want anything to threaten my Clefable. And my Rotom doesn't do a ton for me in the rest of this game. Yeah, a lot of these moves are pretty self-explanatory. So my Clefable is able to stall out this Clefable unless he like crits me or anything like that. So I'm just content to stay in. Now here he makes a pretty aggressive play by going to Excadrill, predicting my Protect. And I mean, I guess it works because like basically his options were he stays in and Moonblasts, and if I don't Protect, he kills my Clefable, and I would be screwed. If he goes to Excadrill and I predict it in Moonblast, then basically the game's wide open for me because my Clefable is going to get healed back up. Nothing on his team can one-shot my Clefable. Heliolisk, I can just kind of stall that for some recovery. Clefable, I can do the same thing. Hydreigon, I can just immediately Moonblast. But yeah, this is a pretty aggressive play. I wouldn't say it's a bad play at all because it only doesn't work out if I make a needlessly risky play. It doesn't kill me because I still have a Corviknight to switch in. And yeah, Excadrill is not going to do anything to Corviknight. Now I try to U-turn there to get some momentum, and this is pretty big. That means I have to take a hit with Corviknight that I otherwise wouldn't have had to. Now I decided to go for Earthquake there, not to hit the Heliolisk, but to hit the Clefable, because I thought maybe he would switch in Clefable on my something like Drain Punch, or I do have Close Combat on this set. In hindsight, I probably should have went for the safe Mach Punch. It deals with everything that's not Clefable, but I was really just scared that he was going to go Clefable. So I just go to Corviknight and try to sack it here. Now he misses this Draco Meteor. That's not that big, considering that, I mean, I'm at 9%. So he crits right there with his Flash Cannon. I'm not exactly sure what the calc is, but I don't think a non-boosted Hydro Cannon kills my particular set because I am running some bulk. Now it is just an HP, not in special defense, so maybe it didn't matter, but I'm going to stand by the fact that it may have mattered, because it makes what happens at the end of this game not bullshit. Excuse my language. Yeah, I just Flash Cannon because it, again, didn't want Clefable to come in. I'm going to sack Hydreigon here because I don't want to go in, I don't want to switch into a Boom Burst. Yeah, Conk kills this Clefable, and he's slower than my Conk, which is, like, really funny. Now, this... probably a roll. So, very fortunate for him that he did not get, die to the roll, because if he dies to the roll, then I beat Heliolisk and win. but he goes for Draco Meteor and totally misses, and that's the ball game. Thank you for the points. No, I'm kidding. That was a really crazy game. A lot of hacks happened on both sides. I can't say whose hacks was worse. I want to say mine, because there were a lot of Corviknight plays that I was making, and I was getting the right call, like U-turning on his switch, stuff like that. And I got the appropriate amount of chip on his Clefable. I was making pretty safe plays, so maybe you could say this is justice for me. But really, by turn 36, like, this is pretty much a lost game for me, unless I get this roll on Hydreigon, which no, I did not get it. But also, that's the risk of Draco Meteor. I would say if you don't like it, then run Dragon Pulse, but you know, Dragon Pulse is going to help you in this situation and like no other situation. So yeah, if OUTM Rax2 is watching this, I'm sorry that this is how this ended, but it is what it is. This next game, we'll do it from my perspective, is against, I'm not even gonna try that name. It's way too complicated. This team, like this sort of composition with the Hatterene and the Dragapult, is like this is becoming pretty common. I see, like, Dragapult, Hatterene, Seismitoad. This is like almost back-to-back games where I'm seeing this. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or if like this particular core is becoming an actual thing now. But anyway, let's go back and focus on this game. This game gets really long and really crazy, so we're kind of just gonna let things play out, and I'll see if I can explain some things as we go on. This Colossal does nothing versus my Seismitoad, and I didn't really think about him switching in Hatterene here because I didn't think he would want to take damage on it early, so didn't really bother trying to predict that switch. Kind of comes to bite me. I was thinking Clefable could 1v1 this thing, maybe, but like, there's like, no, there's no way. This thing is going like AWOL. So here I go to Conkeldurr because I'm thinking, okay, Hatterene is not that bulky. Maybe a Guts boosted Earthquake is gonna kill it, and my calcs are way off. But also, losing Conk in this game isn't super bad. Like, it makes it harder to beat Colossal and possibly Seismitoad, but I do have ways around it. Like as long as I've got Corviknight and Seismitoad on my side, these two cannot win. So I do risk this. I do basically just let my Conk go down here. I get really good damage, but Draining Kiss gets it all back, and I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna lose this game. So I was thinking, what cheese do I have to bail me out? And I'm like, of course, Rotom. I'm gonna trick a Scarf to this thing so that it can't sweep me. He goes for Psychic there and kills my Rotom, which means I can go to Hydreigon. Now, if he went for Draining Kiss, he probably does beat my Rotom, but the problem is I can still go to Corviknight and get some stuff. So this guy says GG right here as my Conkeldurr faints. So I didn't notice that at the beginning of the battle because I was playing in like a small screen. So now I'm not at all sorry for like what happens in this battle, for saying GG that early. Like, come on, bro. So yeah, Mandibuzz is a pretty safe switch. As is Clefable for me. We're going to see a series of turns where basically my goal is to chip his Colossal, Seismitoad, and Hatterene. I can go to Corviknight on this Seismitoad because Seismitoad does nothing to my Corviknight, especially if rocks are already up. There's just not much he can do. I was also thinking possibly this guy might not be running rocks on Seismitoad because he's got a Colossal. But maybe his Colossal is not rocks. Maybe it's just like Rapid Spin. Does Colossal get rocks? I want to say yes. So I Thunder Wave the Colossal here because I want some hacks to go in my favor pretty much. But also it just makes it it definitely makes it guaranteed slower than Seismitoad, but you don't run speed on this thing, so like it's mostly so that he doesn't get a guarantee hit off every time on me. So he Magic Bounces a Toxic on me, and this is like, oh, I was like, oh, I'm so stupid for letting that happen. But Corviknight can deal with this set. I'm assuming that like the last move is, I don't know what the last move could be. Could possibly be like Mystical Fire, and if he does have Mystical Fire and he didn't go for it there, I don't know what the reasoning is for that. Yeah, you see my only taking 26 from this thing. That's especially defensive Corviknight for you, but I also think he's Scarf based on that roll, which in a way is good because that means that Corviknight and Clefable are free switches in on him, but also that means if I lose them, then my Hydreigon will definitely not pick up this game, even if I'm bluffing a Scarf. So I find any opportunity to get health back on my Corviknight here. I stay in on this Thunderbolt, and again because he's I'm assuming he's Scarf like that. There's no way that a Specs is doing that little. That's why I didn't really care. Just I can stay in. Screw it, you know. So yeah, we're playing really slow. He's got spikes on this thing, which yeah makes sense if you've got a rocker and then a spiker. So I realize every time I've got Seismitoad in, he wants to switch into Hatterene. So. Oh yeah, he does have Mystic Fire. Why didn't he go for it against my Corviknight? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe he's got some big brain play that I didn't see there. Yeah. Well, anyway, this is pretty rudimentary stuff. Just making switches so that he doesn't deal with making sure that he doesn't do too much damage to me, making sure that I'm getting damage off on him. It's really slow because I don't have important pieces to my game plan like Rotom and Conk. Well, okay, not important, but like if I had Conk, this would definitely be going faster. Because if I get our prediction right, then his Hatterene is dead. If I have Rotom, I can keep momentum up by Volt Switching. I go for Draco there because, let's see. Oh, really big thing here, his Cancer, the Mandibuzz, missing a Toxic on my Hydreigon, really lets this game, really lets this game continue from here. If he gets that Toxic there, I don't guarantee you lose, but like the chance, like he has to make some really bad plays to let my Hydreigon live, because I can still Wish Pass to it, but like my Hydreigon's gonna be taking Life Orb chip and Toxic Orb chip, so that's just not cool. And because I'm at +2, I can fire off a Draco because nothing switches in on a +2 Draco. Maybe Colossal, but like then I get basically a free switch to Seismitoad. Then he could make like an aggressive play where he like then switches in Hatterene or something. Like he has better plays from missing that Toxic than this. So he goes to Hatterene to obviously take the Draco, which is good. I think he should switch to Colossal here, but he doesn't, and I just Flash Cannon and get this kill on this Hatterene. Awesome. I don't know what he was thinking that I was gonna do. Like, maybe he didn't want his Colossal to take all that much damage, or maybe he's not, like, maybe he's a defensive Colossal. I don't know. So he gets paralyzed there. I don't think it matters all that much. He might set up another layer of Spike, but if he gets too many layers of Spike, I'm probably just going to go to Corviknight and Roost. So I miss my Toxic on him, which is not as big as the Toxic he misses on me, because I'm not going to let him get a chance to Toxic my Pokemon, whereas he's going to let me Toxic his Dragapult. After I miss my Toxic, he definitely should have went to something like Colossal. Like, I don't know. This guy, okay, I'm getting a comment on one of my videos. Thank you for commenting. That's awesome. I don't think he caught it in the video, but it just kind of surprised me. Yeah, he lets me Toxic this Seismitoad here. I'm okay with letting my Seismitoad get some chip, because there's not much to threaten the Seismitoad on his team. And even if it dies, I still have ways to play around. I go for Iron Head here to get chip on the Seismitoad if it decides to stay in. Basically, my Seismitoad is pretty much dead. I throw off a Toxic here in case he wants to go to Mandibuzz or something like that, expecting like an Earthquake. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. He goes to Colossal here, and I make a really aggressive play by going Hydreigon. I figured that my Clefable does not do anything to Colossal. Okay, well, my Clefable kind of threatens Toad, because Toad doesn't do anything meaningful to my Clefable. Like, if it throws Toxic, Magic Guard stops that. If it Scalds and tries to burn, again, Magic Guard stops that. And Earthquake doesn't do that much damage, especially because I'm a little bit defensive invested. So I know that he's going to have to switch, and considering that the rest of his team is weak to Fairy, obviously he's going to switch to Colossal. So I make a pretty aggressive play by switching in my Hydreigon, and Hydreigon is pretty good. It's just pretty good here. So I Dark Pulse there. I don't know if it kills this Colossal at this range, but Colossal has like really, really low attacking stats, or it must have really low attacking stats, or this guy just must not be invested in attack at all. Because this thing does, you're going to see that this thing does like 0 to my Hydreigon. So it might have been better for me to Nasty Plot there. Because if he goes, if he went to something like Mandibuzz, then at least I threaten it with Draco Meteor. And it's a little drawback play. This is definitely something I should have thought about a little more. Because he could have done something like go Mandibuzz, take the Dark Pulse, and then switch in Seismitoad on my Draco Meteor. And then, well, okay, no, maybe that's not the best course of action. I don't know what he was thinking that I was going to do. He might have been predicting a Draco Meteor, in which case Seismitoad is probably the best answer, because it doesn't do anything for the rest of this game, so sacking it is fine. But I don't know. If you're him, that was a tough situation. I should have Nasty Plotted there, because unless he goes Dragapult, then the Nasty Plot basically saves me 1 turn of Life Orb chip, and I don't think you would go Dragapult there. But if he did and I Nasty Plotted, then we would have been in not a terrible spot, but not as good a spot, because I would have gotten nothing out of that aggressive play. But he's gonna let me kill his Seismitoad here, which is fair. He could have tried to play some like I don't know, some like Mandibuzz shenanigans. But I don't think, if you're him, I don't think you want to risk anything like that. I take this hit really well unless he crits, and I was just like, well, I decided like at that point, if he crits, then like this game was not made for me. I think I'm out of crit range now, so I have no issues just roosting there. I saw how low he was on his Toxic. Like, he was going to go down to at least to the point that he's not going to be able to switch back in on rocks. So I predict that he's going to switch out so that he can keep his Dragapult to like beat my Hydreigon. So what I do is U-turn here. And U-turn to Hydreigon basically gives me a kill. I Nasty Plot here because I'm thinking about like maybe he goes Mandibuzz. He Heavy Slams for like less than 10%, and I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, now you can go to Dragapult, and I'm forced out. So I think what he was thinking is that I would maybe switch to Corviknight, because my Corviknight does not take anything from Shadow Ball. Or Draco Meteor. I don't know what he was. I guess Thunderbolt. Like, if I went to Corviknight, I lost the game. Like on his Thunderbolt, maybe. Yeah, probably. It depends on the rolls, actually. If he gets 2 like really low rolls, no. But yeah, Thunderbolt's probably a good play for him. I think he was just expecting me to sack Hydreigon, but I figured that Hydreigon still beats Como and possibly Mandibuzz, and if he plays a really slow game, I can at some point defog and possibly Wish Pass to Hydreigon. Most likely not Wish Pass, but I can definitely at least defog these hazards. So he Thunderbolts and paralyzes my Clefable, and I'm like, ooh, this is really bad. Any paras here are gonna really suck. Like, if I get parried here, I would and he had like Flash Cannon or something, I would have been screwed. And of course. Wait. No, I didn't go for Protect. I actually went for a raw Moonblast there, because I thought he was gonna Clangorous Soul, and he totally did. And I was like, well, we're screwed. I know these things run like they probably run like Flamethrower, stuff like that. Yeah, and I was like, oh man, this game is mega over, because I'm gonna die to a Flash Cannon. And then I calced it, and I was like, wait, Como is trash. It's not gonna Oko from +2, and it doesn't. But I misclick and I click Wish, and I was like, not like this. So if I got parried that turn, I definitely lose this game. But because I clicked Wish there, now if I get parried on this Protect, because I have to Protect. So yeah, I Protect here. He goes for Flash Cannon. If he went for another Clangorous Soul, he actually wins the game there. I don't know what he thought I was gonna do. Like obviously I can't switch to Hydreigon. Obviously, like I could switch to Corviknight, but if you don't have a move to hurt my Corviknight, then like you're screwed. I'm imagining that he's running something like Flamethrower or Fire Blast. So yeah, that was definitely not the right play for him. He should have definitely Clanger Sold. Or if he was just really worried about Corviknight and didn't want extra chip on himself for some reason, then Flamethrower, but Flash Cannon was just not the play. Like, he was betting on, he was probably betting on me, like, trying to, I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, I get paralyzed there, which is not huge. Well, I mean, it matters because, yeah, crit kills me there. But I can still win this game. And basically, the way that I'm going to win this game is I defog here, so make sure that my Hydreigon can come in at any time. And I see, well, my Iron Head is not going to do any damage to him. So he's got Roost. He's shown all his moves. I've shown all my moves. We're laying it all out on the table here. And I see, well, it's Corviknight versus Mandibuzz. It's not like he can Toxic me. One, because I'm burned, and two, because I'm Steel type. I don't have any status to throw on him, so it's just going to be a little bit of a PP stall. So my goal here is I'm going to stall him out of foul plays. And because he's okay, hold on. I say GG, by the way, here, because maybe, I don't know if he's like, I don't realize that I'm gonna lose this PP stall. So if I say GG, by the way, maybe he'll be like, oh crap, I lose because a PP stall. Now I'm gonna save us 20 turns, or like, no, probably more than that, like 40 turns of PP stall. But he's salty, so he says you suck, and I'm like, oh. after I see that, I'm like, my goal is to piss this guy off now. I say thanks. And he says, what does he say? This doesn't matter here. What matters is what's going on here in chat. Yeah. Oh, did he not say anything? I thought he said something. He's gonna say something soon. But yeah, basically, I'm running him out of foul plays so that I can, at any point, I can U-turn to my Hydreigon and then switch back in and then not have to take a lot of damage. I could do that at any point, really. As long as my Corviknight has enough health, I can do that. But doesn't really matter. And also, I don't necessarily have to do, well, I would have to do it at some point, because I'm gonna run out of Defog plus Roost plus Iron Head before he runs out of all of his moves, I think. So I would have to U-turn at some point or switch. Oh, I say, do you like wasting your own time here? Because I'm fed up with this guy. My goal is to piss him off, because I know I'm gonna win. But I guess his goal is like to wait for my internet to go out or something like that. This reminds me of that one live that Blunder did, where it was a Toxapex versus a Toxapex at the end, and the other guy's Toxapex had more PP, so the guy was like, GG, I win. And then Blunder was like, screw this kid, I'm gonna I'm gonna stay here and just click Haze for 40 turns. And the live ended before that battle did. Like, that was just kind of funny. I'm thinking this guy's about the same way. So yeah, at this point, he's out of foul plays. So, like, for my Hydreigon, the only thing he can do is Toxic. So anytime that I bring Hydreigon in, versus his, like, not a Toxic on his behalf, we're fine. I'm just gonna go to Hyper Fast here. Yeah, I say definitely GG now. Okay, I say definitely GG when he runs out of foul plays, because like there's no way that he beats me, because I see I can always let my Corviknight take the Toxic and then U-turn into my Hydreigon and then switch before anything bad happens. Yeah, and then he was taking his time thinking about one, and I said be sure to think real hard about this one, because again I was fed up with this guy. Definitely, if you go up against somebody like this who says GG early and doesn't want to admit defeat when they've lost, definitely say things in chat to piss them off for sure. I'm definitely advocating that. Now don't swear at them. Don't like say horrible things about their mother. Just say things that are like really like chagrinous. I don't know. Like with lots of chagrin. There we go. All right, and this last one, I'll kind of just let this one play. I'm not going to stop and go into a lot of detail here. We'll go on fast. This Corviknight is special. It's probably specs, given that damage. I knew I was going to get a good hit in on there. On their Grimmsnarl. There. If you guys really want to think about this video, like really think about this battle in particular, because I'm not going through every single detail. Well, I wasn't going through every single detail on the other ones, but if you want to slow down the video, turn off the audio, and just think about every move here, then that's fine. I shouldn't have done that with my Clefable. I should have switched into something like maybe like Toad or Rotom. I was able to trick this Seismitoad here, and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I need. Yeah, I didn't bother predicting a switch into Hydreigon because I knew Mach Punch was going to kill it. And I knew that from that first battle that we did. Yeah, this is a scary situation here. But I was lucky and I got this burn. Of course I was lucky. You know me. I'm Lucky Lucas, damn it. I throw rocks there because, like, I don't know. I didn't think Chip was going to be all that necessary with my Seismitoad. I didn't think there was much to do there. What was going to happen is I was going to go to Conk and kill this thing anyway. So yeah, I threw rocks because it gave me the most out of what I could do. It's not like I can defog, so if I'm going to have rocks on my side, I might as well get rocks on his side. That burn kind of doesn't really matter. So yeah, I don't care about any sort of Shadow Sneak, especially from a specially oriented Aegislash. So, Aegislash, excuse me. Gotta say the Pokemon names right. Yeah, this, I could have, maybe like, I don't know. I Flash Cannon on this guy because I didn't want him to switch to Hat. I knew I had a lot of damage going here. So when I saw him Calm Mind, I was like, ooh, this is bad. My Rotom's got to kill him. So I had to calc this, and I made sure that unless he was like fully specially defense invested. Okay, maybe not fully, but like he needed like a good 200 plus EVs in special defense to take that hit. Even if he was max HP with no special defense, that killed. So I think that one worked out. Now, if I missed the overheat there, then that would have been an entirely different end of that game, as in I would have lost for sure. Basically, this one didn't come down to as much luck as the other ones. Like, not because he missed any particular move or anything like that, but there was a certain point in this game where this guy like tweaked really hard. Like, he lost this game. Like, otherwise he would have had a very good chance to win, but like there was one play in particular that he made that was just like, yeah, you lost this game from here, pretty much. Or like, you, maybe not he lost the game from there, but he definitely gave me the chance to win. And I think I'll let you guys go back through and see if you can point out the turn number or the particular play that this guy made where it's just like, yeah, you lost the game here. And please comment it down below. If you get it right, I don't know, I'll pin your comment. I'll shout you out in a future video. I don't know. I'll just, whatever you want me to do. Shout out your channel. Say, this guy's a good player. I'll let you beat me on camera. No. Okay, no, I won't let you do that. Because I'll never lose on camera. No, I'm kidding. I lost a ton on camera. And I told you guys that I lost that pretty big tournament battle. Well, okay, not big, but like, that it means a little bit more than ladder. Yeah, I think I'll let the music play out, or if whatever it is, I don't know exactly what the music's gonna be because I edit the music in post. So, yep. Hope you guys enjoyed these battles. Hope you guys respect the luckiness that I have from now on. I hope you guys also call me out when I have bad luck and it's like, oh, not so lucky Lucas anymore, right? Because I don't get that on ladder enough. Yeah, have a good day. Enjoy your life. I gotta end this video. Just end it already. Click off the video. Just hit stop recording. That's all you have to do.